Alright, what's going to make this glow is a material. In this case, I just have to make sure that another material gets placed in here. And it would be nice if it was a surface shader. Could straighten that node out by going like this. And I'm going to attach it only to the light bulb. Okay, right click, assign existing material. There we go. Alright, let's look at our light and see what it looks like now when it's all lit up. Okay, it needs a little bit of a boost there. In this, double click that. Go over to Outglow Color. Good, a little bit too bright, so I'm going to knock that down. Still a little bit too bright. I'll just go to Materials, click on the Surface Shader, and just lower that down a little bit further. Again, you know, it's good to be safe. I have what looks like to be two materials here by accidentally clicking on one. I'm going to get rid of one and make sure that's the one that I'm going to be using on the bulb. To shell. Middle mouse button, click and drag. And let's see what it looks like when rendered. Much better. Still need some help, but that'll work for right now. These are going to be very tiny meshes, and I doubt nobody cares. Alright, so File, Export All. We'll call these lamps. And I'm going to export them as OBJ. Alright, now all I do is have to import that into my new scene. So save this. File, import. Then we'll go out and look for this magical place. My mind's a complete blank now. I'm just getting burned out. So that's Game225. That's Unit 4, Unit 1. And let's import that in. Okay, where is it at? There it is, right there. Let's shrink it down. Put it up in the ceiling. Now what I want to do is make it so these are longer, so they go up. And I'll get one of these lights just about perfect and then duplicate it over and over again. You'll notice my textures are not in here. So in my other scene, I have to make sure that my textures get into hypershade. Here's textures. I need the texture of warehouse video. This one has the largest date, so I'm going to go with it. Click on it, and then double click over here. Okay, that's not it. There it is. Cool. Lambert, middle mouse button, click and drag over to color. And then we'll assign that to the light. And then the inside, the light itself, remember I have a surface shader. Now we handle this a little bit different inside an engine. We don't build a custom shader like this. We use a vertex shader, but it's not, that's all it does is glow. This one does a lot more. Don't forget, if you're going to be using those, to turn on mental ray and go to the features tab and choose final gathering. Alright, this face, control right click to shell, and let's see if I have that shaving texture that I borrowed. It's a material. I do not. So I'm gonna have to build a new shader. We'll call this light bulb. Close enough. And let's assign it to this. To shell. Alright, not seeing that material. Must be this one right here. And I'm just going to back off and hit render and see what happens. Alright, so there we go. We have our light. It's not lighting up. And I think that's because of the light source itself is not set in the emissive category. And sure enough, the surface shader on this one has a little bit more properties than this one. And I'm going to get rid of both. Get rid of those and add a surface shader here. Okay, click on that surface shader and add the outglow color up. That one's going to call light bulb. And then add that to that light bulb. To shell. Assign existing materials, light bulb, and let's try to render that one more time. The glow comes after the fact, so it's the last thing to render. Perfect. Let's go on to the next video.